What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load. Or does it explode? Did you like that poem? I love that poem. I love the words and the pictures it paints in my head, but mostly I love it because it's named after my own hometown, Harlem. I'm Alicia, and I'm 12 years old, and I've grown up in Harlem, New York. My neighborhood is special. There have been so many amazing artists, musicians, dancers, writers, and thinkers who came from Harlem. I want to be a singer when I grow up, so my mama told me that I should learn about my own neighborhood and find out why it came to be such a special place. So I read and I looked up everything I could about Harlem, and now I'm going to share the story of how my town came to be the way it is. I'm going to tell you the story of the Harlem Renaissance. The Harlem Renaissance was an explosion of culture, social, and artistic expression that took place from the end of World War I up until the middle of the 1930s in Harlem. During this time, Harlem became a mecca, or a cultural center, for Black writers, artists, musicians, poets, and scholars. Many came from the South, fleeing the harsh Jim Crow laws, as well as segregation and racial prejudice. They came to Harlem, where they found a place where they were free to express themselves and to establish a new Black identity. Let's take a look at some of the art from the Harlem Renaissance. Aaron Douglas was a prominent Harlem Renaissance artist. I'm going to go ahead and let you read his own words expressing how artists during the Renaissance viewed Black art. This is some of his artistic work. There's also art by William Henry Johnson, another prominent artist during the Renaissance period. Music was a huge, huge part of the Harlem Renaissance. Jazz, swing, Black music became popular, and whites as well as Blacks flocked to speakeasies to hear this new exciting music. Langston Hughes said that the Renaissance was an expression of our individual dark-skinned selves. Some prominent musicians during the Renaissance include Duke Ellington, Bessie Smith, Louis Armstrong, and Ella Fitzgerald. There are also several dancers who contributed to the Renaissance, including Josephine Baker and Bill Bojangles Robinson. Both of them were extremely popular. In literature, Zora Neale Hurston, Langston Hughes, and Wallace Thurman were all prominent, as well as several other great thinkers and writers. When Langston Hughes wrote that poem at the beginning about Harlem and all the dreams deferred of all the Black people who had been slaves or prejudiced against in the South, I think he was thinking of the Harlem Renaissance. How in the Renaissance, people didn't let their deferred dreams sag them or weigh them down. They let them rise up, and they let them explode.